Yes, people, welcome back to the Kempy MFL channel, and today, well, it's Season 8 preview. The games kick off literally in an hour for me, and I am very, very excited, and I want to run through what has changed over the last week because there has been a new club added and a few little changes after last week's crisis in how I'm going to start running my MFL teams and what I want from playing MFL. Now, last week there was big conversations over what was happening with my clubs. You know, Shizuoka Raycon I feel a bit disconnected to, but now NY Arden I absolutely love, and I'm spending more time looking into Cusco Espirito. And on the back of that, I signed another club, and I brought another club with a free pack. The Matsuyama Tamashi MFC came through as we grabbed another club in Japan. That was very cool to put another Japanese club. I like the fact that we're getting countries that I'm interested in, which is awesome. Now, Matsuyama Tamashi is a very, very simple club, and we'll start with these because it's not looking great for them, I'll be honest. Basically, the squad is full up of youngsters that are in my agency, which I can't get out on loan. And I always find myself very intrigued by players like this, like Di Almeida, a 43 rated 18-year-old centre-back who doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Decent enough pace and physical. Could he actually get good? I want to find out. And I think the conversations we had last week, especially on the channel, about the identity crisis I'm kind of having on MFL of pushing up the leagues or enjoying myself with players which progress, like a Victoria Andrade, I've found myself going down this route instead. There is loads of players in here, like Sasha Todorov, that I have paid money for, $1, and I'm happy to do that because he's 21 years of age, 47 rated. He doesn't look amazing, but I think that's where I get all the intrigue out of playing MFL, is seeing if players can progress. And if we can build a team that can progress, you know, through the leagues. I mean, the whole point of me having these 4 clubs now is that I've got a lower Flint side, I've got a higher Flint side, a Spark side, and an Ice side. And hopefully I can build up through my agency and get players from the bottom to the very top. I mean, some players in this team that I'm really excited by. I think John Gordon, we saw last episode, come into the team. He is a 48 rated defensive midfielder, I believe. Now, we are going to massively struggle this season in the Flint division. If we check out what we are, we're 6492. Now let's full screen. Check out the power rankings of 6492 without spoiling what it's going to show you, because that's for the future. We are, oh, it spoiled it already. Well, classic. Get rid of that. We don't want to see that one yet. We don't want to talk about it. If you saw that, well, stop looking. We want to see how the Matsuyama boys are. I think we're like so far last, it's crazy. And I find myself in a Flint division, which I think is really difficult, which is quite frustrating. You can see my average rating is 47.82. I wasn't really expecting Flint to have anyone really above sort of 56, 57. I'm in a league of a couple over 60. So I'm expecting to kind of get a little bit battered this year. We're not even the youngest squad. ES Von Jer is 21.9. We're 22.5. But I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that I've just got players in there that I wanted to have, so they're not just not training at all. So that's Matsuyama Tamashi, the by far worst team in the league and worst club that we own. But there's a bunch of players where I'm very interested in their progression, and I'm not that interested in the MFL we may or may not earn. We're probably going to get 550 MFL. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm really not that bothered at all. I do think we can do semi-decent in a cup competition purely because we've got a few players which play better out of position. And also with this team, we are using, I believe, a 3-5-2 tactic. If I can remember, we are indeed. With Di Almeida as captain, Wong and Butler, Dipola, Gaudin, Gil, Matos, Ahmed, Jacob, Simmons, and Medina. So someone like Medina, I believe, is actually a, wherever he is, 49 rated left wing, plays a 49 rated. But Ahmed, for example, is a 52 rated striker. But I'm playing him right mid, but I could play him out of position. Jacob is a 44 rated who plays as a 46. Gaudin, 44, who plays as a 46. Matos, I believe, is a 47, plays as a 48. So there's a few players out of position, and I just want to see how this team does, really. It's going to be quite a fun team to watch game week in, game week out, which is very, very exciting. Moving on to Cusco Espirito. Now, this is a team that we've spoken about lots, and one that I'm very, very excited about watching how they perform this season. If we sort this by overall, we've got Curran, the Scottish midfielder we got last season, dropping into this division. I'm excited with this guy. He gives me Scott McTominay vibes. Ndeki now moves into this team as well. And again, this team is completely mine, which I find very fun and exciting. All of these players are going to progress, and I get to reap the rewards of them progressing. Now, these are 6'4", 6'5" in terms of their league ID, and I believe I think they're just about surviving in the league, to be honest. It's not quite as high as I would have liked. We're down in 11th place, but I think we could easily get up the leagues here. We have got loads of players which perform really well out of position. Again, if we check out the tactics, some of you guys mentioned it in the actual comments of the video. Martinez, for example, is a 47, plays a 55. Butner is a 54, plays a 56. Hansen is a signing that I've made, who I'm looking to be my new Victorio Andrade. He cost me $2.50, exact same I paid for Victorio Andrade, and he's 70 pace, 53 shooting, 53 dribbling, 54 physical, 23 years of age, never played a game in his life before. Hopefully he's an absolute bagsman for us. Rowan Pinheiro, Curran and Barroso make up the midfield. And then we've got Howarth and Sevic, who are both very young centre-backs, with Kosec, Uman, who is my only player to go up +1. He went up +1 today, which is pretty cool. +1 in physical, up to a 52, so I don't mind that at all. And Ingo Ivo Murakovic. In this league, we are the youngest team, 23.9 average rating. And yeah, it's going to be a nice competitive division. I think we can compete up to 7th place quite comfortably. And if we do get some good progression, which I'm not sure many of these will, with being a lot older, then hopefully we can, yeah, climb out the leagues fairly simple. Moving on then, because Cusco's Burrito, another team with not a lot of hope of getting promoted. Moving on to a team which I am hoping can potentially get promoted. I made one purchase this morning, just before training started, of Frankie Verboven, a brand new right midfielder who is 22 years of age, 63 overall, never played a game in his life. Again, I like that a lot, the fact he's young and brand new into the game, and I find him very exciting. I think this guy could be an absolute superstar for me. He's got great dribbling, great pace, good physical, good passing, and if we look into the tactics of this team, I'm very happy with how well-rounded we are. I think since last time, I've also brought in Holst in goal, just an older goalkeeper, 6'1", coming in just to really shore up that defensive line, so we don't have to captain the goalkeeper. Lopez, who was the top assister last season, Lingard, Kobo, and Maori, who is a left-back on loan from Davies. My only loan player, I think, through the whole of all 4 of my clubs, which again, I find absolutely awesome. In DM, Piccolo, we packed him last week. He looks really, really good. Estevez, Babloven, Losiu, who I'm hoping tier breaks very quickly this season. Shapatudzi, who we packed last week, who I'm very excited by. Also, good pace, shooting, dribbling, physical. And of course, Victorio Andrade next to him in the team already this season, gone up +1 in dribbling, which is absolutely fantastic. My absolute GOAT. I am looking to try and find another one of him. Now, in this league, we have a chance, an outside chance, but a chance of promotion. Now, we are currently sitting in 5th place in the league, which obviously, if you remember, last season we finished in 6th in the end. So a little bit of an improvement, but we are so close to the top 3, literally 1 average rating, and we've only got a 24.5 average age squad. We've also got quite a nice start to the season as well. Not a single of the sort of harder listed games on the MFL stats website until, I mean, at least after match day 8. So if we can pick up some sort of good form going into that, that'll be absolutely fantastic. It works quite well with rotation, that I can play a strong team for 4 games and then rest heavily against 06 Jundeschmeid for match day 5, which is absolutely fantastic. And then again, go hard until match day probably 8 or 9. admit defeat against someone. Potentially if we're playing like Disgoy in that game week 9, we'll probably admit defeat against someone like them. 66.36 is quite a bit better. But what I will say with these, and these are my sort of favorite club for this season, which I'm looking forward to watching the most, is we have already had the Wendirtcast Cup, and we done really well in this. We ended up losing 4-0 to Victoria Harbour, who I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to win the whole thing in the max cap rating. Playing this 4-2-4, this guy absolutely tore me apart with his 84 pace. But in all of the other games, we were actually really, really good, which was great fun. It was fun to play in this division. Saying that, they lost the next round. Of course they did. But we had some really good games. We went unbeaten in the group for this. And then if we scroll down to where we were, we managed to win on penalties in the first leg, 2-0, 3-2, and then lost 4-0. And yeah, we didn't even lose the eventual winners, which is a shame. Lemon Squeezer went on to win the whole thing. Just out of interest while we're here, how close are we to a team like this? Very, very close, to be honest. He's just got a really good left mid that plays as a 71 striker. That is awesome that he's got a player like that, to be fair to him. And that makes a massive difference. Having these sorts of players which massively improve in the positions they're in, yeah, it helps a hell of a lot. So fair play to him for going through and winning the Wendirtcast 700 cap. Fair play. But I was really happy with how we done in that. And as I sort of said, they're my kind of main team for this season. I'm really hopeful we can somehow get promoted. If we can have another good season with them, that would be absolutely massive. Not many players which play out of position in the tactic. Everyone's kind of in their main position and are locked in. So this is going to be just a team that are good on paper and hopefully going to do good in their league as well. And then move on to Shizuoka Raycon, and we're going to load up the league straight away with these. We saw it earlier. We are a kind of mid-table-y club in the AIS division, which is going to be hard. Let's be real. We are 6th here, which is awesome, but we are the oldest squads in the league. And again, that kind of comes down to my disconnect with the club a little bit. I think when I look through the team, it's just hard. I don't really... There's a few players in here which I really like. I mean, Richard Turku. I mean, myself, Will Kemp is cool to have. Berthelot is a new signing potentially since last time. He's a really good left mid, which I'm excited to see how he does. He had one good season last year and now comes in to play with us. And then we've got Daniel, a new left back that I brought, who's 33. Fidelis is someone that I really like, 67 rated, 20 years of age. And all of these, I wouldn't be surprised that potentially, because of how I enjoy playing MFL, at the end of this season, I sell everything out of Shizuoka Raycon and rejig the clubs again and invest all of the money from all the players, you know, like potentially selling Farborough, who managed to loan out, thankfully, for 4% stone value, and he's going to be a good player there as well. Like selling everything like that, Martin, Adam, Daniel, Fabra, Anderson, Turku, Will Kemp, Montiero, Berthelot, Kubelos, Holst, Romeo. I mean, selling literally all of these older players, investing in 5 or 6 younger players, and just progressing my agency up. And admitting that we're probably going to get relegated from ICE. But I think what I've done by buying all these players is not enjoy it as much and not enjoy the grind. And I'm someone that loves a first agent. I love a sort of first owner. I love a grind. And I feel like I've brought my way to where I am now. And it was amazing last season get promoted. But I think getting promoted of New York Ardent would feel even better this season because all of the players pretty much are pack pulled, or they're youngsters which I've had from the start. Shebatudzi and Andrade, Losiu, Estevez, Verbroven, Piccolo, Lingard, Russo, Ivanchevich, Gregoric, Lopez, Holst. They're all players which I kind of care about. Holst, obviously an older goalkeeper, but they're all players which I've got connection with compared to Shizuoka, who I'm purely doing for the MFL, really. And I think by the end of the season, I might end up selling on... but keeping the club, but selling everything out of the club, selling all of the players and just going younger with a smaller agency and doing it that way. And maybe using a few more loan players. I mean, I've not really utilised the loan market at all, but yeah. I mean, I feel like it'd be awesome to pick up players like Festus Adim here, who's just come onto the market, 22 years of age, brand new to the game, but also I kind of want my own Festus Adim. I want to open packs, get my own players and do it that way. And I think that's what I've come to terms with. Now, obviously, it's a bit late in the season to start rejigging everything and doing that. So this year, we're going to keep them. We're going to take the MFL we get off them. I mean, hopefully about 3,500 to 4,000 MFL would be brilliant from this team. If we can get in this range here, 3,000 would be great. And then plus the cup competition, which is going to be much better than the cup competitions we were in last year. It's going to be great. We're going to get a nice amount of MFL, probably get like, 7 or 8 of the uncommon players just from that. And then ship off all the old men and rejig it all. That's, I think, the plan. And I'm excited for that plan because it's something to look forward to for next season. Kind of going backwards, but going forward in my enjoyment. Now, I know this video is a whole lot of waffle, but it is the Season 8 preview of all of my clubs, my 4 beautiful teams. And and the last thing I want to touch on, actually, I just sold Firmino Alonso, $33. Took a bit of a $17 hit on him. I just wasn't a fan in the end. The guy that he was on loan to, I was going to get 22% of, but he had 4 players in his club. So sacked it off, sold him for 33, and we move on. To be honest, I'm quite happy to move on from the Firmino Alonso experiment. And again, he's someone that I just kind of brought to buy and didn't have any connection to. And that's just silly. And that's not how I'm enjoying this game. How I'm enjoying this game is developing my own players, developing my own clubs. Now, if you guys feel and you resonate with me, then make sure you're subscribing to the channel. If I have taught you anything about MFL, well, make sure you use the link in the description and time to MFL yourself. We are 3 away from getting a standard pack for free for the referrals, which is awesome. So if you know anyone that's looking to get involved in MFL, or yourself, you aren't involved yet, but you want to, use the link down below, buy yourself a club pack with a free promo pack as well. That's available for like another day and a half, and it's an absolute steal from what you do get. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.